Hi, it's Ed. Okay, so I'm going to go over how I edited the fencing articles, and hopefully this will help you get a foundation for more fencing articles and the concrete articles to make the process go quicker and create better content. And couple key points. Start with a title. Paragraph 1, introduce the purpose of the title. Include your key points, as many of them as you can, and provide information about each point. Summarize at the end of the article what the article was about, maybe, and then be careful not to make any claims. Avoid your opinion, creating your opinion, unless you support it with facts. The whole idea here is that I want to get you to the point where you're creating these articles without us needing to create any edits. So you'll see as we go through. So okay, so let's just run through this one here as a sample. Um, you can see that I made a couple comments in red. Okay, like for example, like any project, a written plan is a prerequisite to achieving quality and aesthetic results. There are many sources rather than saying a lot of sources. There are many sources of um, information. Now, what I did was I underlined ways to gather. You can eliminate that so it reads better. Here's how it should read. There are many sources of information about fence installation, such as articles and videos, books, professional assistance. As a property owner with plans to install a fence, you need to consider the location, building codes, permit. So you can see what I did here is I added in red the way I would add it. Okay, or I'm sorry. Um, well, I didn't do it in every case, but anyway, um, like here, this part here, and it's up to you to choose which one works well for you. And that's just not a valuable statement. And it's I just so you can sort of see what I did here. And let me just show you one thing here. Okay, so what I did here, this is an edited version, and it says in this article we'll be discussing about important tips to, and this actually should be to installing a fence. Like any project, a written plan is a prerequisite to achieving quality and aesthetic results. There are many sources of information about fence installation, such as tips through online articles and videos, books, professional assistance, and of course experience. So you're doing a good job writing these articles. It just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. As a property owner with plans to install a fence, you need to consider the location, building codes, and utility lines. Other considerations are identifying and marking land boundaries and informing the adjacent property owner that they will be that you will be building a fence. This eliminates unnecessary understandings or misunderstandings between landowners. Um, so you can see as you read through this, I'll send you a copy of this so you can read it and compare. But you'll be able to see um, the difference. So let me show you something else. Now here's another one called Wood Fence Installation Tips. And I made some edits here. And you can read this and you can compare it to the, I'll send you both copies, one with the red edits and the finished version. Okay, but I wanted to show you something that I thought might be helpful to you. Okay, so anyway, if we look at this one, is this the right one? Hold on a second. One thing that I think might be easier than just watching the videos, now that I think about it, is to is you can see on this particular one right here, there's a link that I put at the top of the page. And so what I did was I did a search, like install an aluminum fence. I did a search for how to install an aluminum fence. And if you look at this page, look at how they write the content. They're not making any real claims. They're, you know, just read how they, basically you can rewrite this for the articles that we need. Do it in a different order. Change the words. Add some of your own words. Maybe reduce some of the words. Mix this up. But if you go online and look at this search, do a search for a particular topic, you're going to find some really great articles. And just follow those articles. That's really the best thing you can do. It'll make it a lot quicker, I think. You can utilize videos. But for example, like here's, let's see, fence layout. Okay, accounting for slope or digging post holes. Like you could do a search. You could search, let's go over to Google if you want some more information. Just do a search, how to dig post holes. And here's an article, how to dig a post hole. So if you need some quick information, just go right here. And this here's in more depth how to dig a post hole. You see what I'm saying? So all the information that you would ever need is right here. And just grab a little bit from like this page, grab a little bit from this page over here, and all those topics that I put in the that I listed the YouTube video. You can also do searches to find this content. So I want you to take a look at the content, look at how you're writing, compare it to how they're writing, and maybe it'll make the project go quicker. It'll enable you to create better quality content. Don't copy and paste it. I can't have identical content. It has to be rewritten. But that's okay. So you can see some of the things. Okay, so I hope this helps you. Let me show you some other things. So here's another one. So on this one, installing residential aluminum fence, I did a search on Google, how to install aluminum fence. And let me show you what I've got. Okay, so for this, I made some edits to this page. And what I did was I did a search for how to install an aluminum fence. And it was great because they tell me they give me, they tell you the tools, they tell you the materials. You've got you can click here to look at all the tools and materials so you can see everything. It's all done. They've already got this done. They can tell you the preliminary steps. They tell you about the materials, the layout, the slope, digging post holes, installing the fence. And for example, let me show you something here. So let's take a look here. So fence layout. So how to design a fence layout. So if you need some more information, okay, great. Layout and dig a post hole. Okay. Let's see what this is. How to layout and dig a post hole. Okay, great. So here's some more information that I found, and it tells you how to do the layout for post holes. All the information is right here. All you have to do is condense this, rewrite it, and you can add it to the information you get from this article that we found, and you can add it right here. So you can see what I did was I added some information, steps to installation, and I just updated the article. So I'll send these over to you. I hope these are helpful to you, and let's work on trying to get these articles cleaned up a little bit. Okay. I rewrote 7 articles, so you only have to update 3 of the first 10 fence articles. And let's see how that works out for you. Thanks.